All right, guys, thanks for joining. We'll give you a July shop tour. I know it's the end of the month, but we're getting it in here last minute. So as you can see here, Matt's working on the Bronco. We've got some AC work we've got to do. We had a leak, found the leak, so he's pulling the hose off right now so that we can get this thing fixed and hopefully blowing cold since it's July in Tennessee. Another big thing you can see here on the truck is that it's got new wheels on it. So we use the same tires, but we got some new KMC wheels, and we think they look awesome. The real bead locks give it a little more aggressive look. They're kind of spaced out a little bit more. They got the right offset that we need, and I think it really changed up the look of the entire truck. Made it look a lot better, in our opinion. So this thing is getting pretty close. We've done a lot of small mechanical and electrical repairs, and this thing is going to be one killer ride. You can see in here, got the TMI interior. You saw the amp steps that we put on it. Classic Instruments gauges, vintage air. This thing is the best of the best, and it's going to be one sweet Bronco when we get it finished. And it will be going back to New Jersey, where we'll be living. So yeah, there's the Bronco. We drove it around. I drove it around. Actually took it to a cruise in the other night just to make sure it's gonna drive okay. We're trying to work on it and also debug it, shake it down. That's one thing we found is that the AC had a leak in it. We found the fuel gauge didn't work, so we're working on those right now to get this thing ready to go. There's the 50 Chevrolet chassis. You can tell it hasn't changed much. This is a new project, as you can tell, that we just got in the shop. It's another 69 Mustang. This is a really neat car, a little bit older restoration, but it's held up really nice. And we are going to touch just about everything on this car except for the exterior paint and the interior, which we're actually doing a little bit to both of those as well. You'll want to keep track of this one, keep following us. This is going to get the entire drivetrain pulled out of it. So we have got a blueprint 408 stroker motor that is going to be an EFI. We're putting the Holly Sniper EFI on it. We're going to mate that to a 4R70 overdrive transmission. We've got a new aluminum radiator, shroud, fan. We've got the vintage air serpentine front runner going on the front, and we've got a full Ride-Tech coilover suspension going on this thing, which is going to be killer. Should plant it to the ground, make it drive a whole lot more aggressively. We've got a Borgeson power steering conversion box that we're putting on it. We've got big wheel woods all the way around. We're putting 6-piston front, 4-piston rear wheel woods to get this thing to stop, since we're also going to make it go. In the interior, we've got a few things that we're doing to kind of just clean it up and detail it out. As you can tell, it's in pretty dang good shape as it is, but we're just going to try to give it a little bit of a restore while we've got it in here. We've got a brand new 9-inch rear end going under it to get rid of the 8-inch. So yeah, this whole car, like I said, the whole drivetrain is going to be coming out. We're going to build a stainless exhaust for it. New fuel tank with a drop-in fuel pump. It's going to be really, really cool car. Going to stay black just like this. Clean it up. It's going to get some replica larger diameter wheels to go on it, and it will just totally change the look of this car. We're excited about that. So can't really go wrong with the black Mustang. They're killer anyway, and the improvements we're going to do to the same will make it ride, drive, handle a whole lot better, and I think the customer's really going to love it. There's the vent chassis again. There's not much change with it. You can see this is the dash out of that Mustang. We kind of cleaned it up, put new bezels, and just painted it. So just refresh it, make it look a little better. Here's the other 69 Mustang, the Mach 1 car. You can tell it's got fenders on it since the last time we gave you a little tour, and it looks a whole lot more like a finished complete car. We're happy about that. We've done a lot more plumbing and wiring under the hood. All the AC lines are run up underneath the fender well. You can see we built some radiator hoses for it. We've got the power grip clamps. It's going to look nice and clean under here. We're excited about that. We've got the roof rail weather stripping in it. You can see we've got the door windows in both sides. Some more wiring done in there. We got the deck lid fitting and latching. We got the weather strip on it, so you can tell it's actually together now. So yeah, this thing's coming along pretty good. Still going to be a killer car. We're excited and can't wait to drive this thing, especially with that Coyote and that 6-speed. All right, the dirty shop. So I know we've showed you some videos of that Model A coupe that we've been building kind of on the side that Dad's been working on a lot. Dirty shop. Well, this is the chassis. We finally got it hopefully just about wrapped up. We've got to build some plug wires and do a few little last minute deals before we get the body set on. But as you can tell, it's kind of turned out really nice. We got it cleaned up and primed, painted, reassembled. Got the little 283 in there. We threw a cam in it so it'll sound like something. We're just dressing it up a little bit, and the body should be almost ready to paint. So getting closer by the day. We're excited about that. But this little chassis turned out nice. It's an aftermarket chassis, as you can tell. It's got a Anson drop axle on the front with a reverse side spring, just a little 8-inch rear end back here with the 4-link and coilovers. But it should be a pretty neat little car. The closer we get to the finish line, the more excited I am about it. But there's the chassis for the Model A. You can tell we've kind of been back working on 38 Chevrolet Coupe here, doing some more rust repair, getting things fitted. We got some bear claw latches we put in, make sure those doors shut nice and solid. Over here we've got the driver's door where pretty much the inside and the outside both had to be replaced on that. So we're getting it done, and you can see over here, most of the floor is finished. We've just got stuff laying around in there. The 55 Chevrolet dash laying there that's got epoxy primer on it. So we're actually going to cut this factory dash out, cut the 55 dash down, and graft it into the interior to kind of give it a little bit of custom touch. So that should be pretty neat to see. We'll try to keep that documented. But yeah, this thing's coming right along. Just a lot of rust repairs. You can see on the other side, the door over there, it's in just about as bad a shape as the driver's door, but the whole bottom 3, 4, 5 inches inside and out are rusted out, so we're replacing those right now. Over here you can see those are just the 56 Nomad fenders. We had to do a little rust repair on those. We'll gotta get those sanded back off D8, and then we'll get some epoxy primer on them to seal them up as well. Got parts everywhere. You can see that's the running boards in the hood to the 38, but it's coming along. So we'll come over here, show you what we got in the body work here. All right, so you've seen a little bit of the 56 Nomad, and we've kind of started getting some traction on it. We've pulled a lot of the front sheet metal off, had it blasted, got it in epoxy primer, did some metal work. I don't know if you remember, the driver's door was hit, so we straightened it up, and we should be getting it blasted later this week as well. There's some of the parts. There's the rear tailgate, the driver's door. This is where it was hit so bad. It had a big crease in there. We got it out, so it should be plenty workable now. We made sure it was hung on the car, made sure the gap was still good, everything fit, and we'll get that stuff blasted in epoxy primer, and then we'll start working on getting this thing prepped and ready. We got a rotisserie outside. We'll put it on the rotisserie, and then we can get it blasted and primed as well. So you can tell there's the hood. We had it blasted and primed, inner fenders, core support. So slowly making progress on this thing. It's a super solid little car. We're not having to replace a whole lot on it, which is nice. That means we shouldn't have to fit a whole lot. We already had the doors and front sheet metal on and had to do a little bit of work there, but it was actually fit pretty dang decent. And this is going to be a restoration car, which is not what we do a whole lot anymore, as you know. But this is a good friend of mine's dad's car. He's had this thing since '71, so it's pretty neat, the story behind it. And it's going to be pretty much a nut and bolt restoration. It's going back the two-tone green, and will be a nice little car. So yeah, guys, that's it. July shop tour. Hope you enjoyed it. We got a lot of cool stuff coming on. Again, we have a lot of stuff coming in if we can get some of this other stuff moved out. But thanks for joining. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time.